Hello, YouTube channel. It's been quite a while, but I remembered that I have a YouTube channel and I can post whatever I want. And I've gotten back into wrestling recently, and I just really have wanted to talk about it, and this is a good outlet for me. So what we're going to be doing today is a tier list because I think it's fun to rank things, and I want to talk about wrestling. So we're going to be a tier list of wrestlers, and my opinion is really interesting, so you're gonna want to hear it. Okay, here we go. So we start off with Adam Cole, who's in AEW now, and I don't really follow AEW as much, but he's a top guy there. He had a great career. He's one of the best NXT guys ever. But according to me, I don't care too much. I'm gonna put him in the C tier. Okay, next is AJ Styles. AJ Styles has had a great career outside of WWE, obviously, but even in WWE, he had a great career. He's won a lot of championships and been very entertaining, and he's great. He's very talented. I would put him A or B for sure. He's not S, obviously. Hasn't had that big of an impact in WWE, but I'd probably put him B. AJ Lee. Ooh, AJ Lee is one of the best female superstars. At least, because she just had her own era. She was, the top, of the Divas era. She was definitely the top. That's when I was, really young. Like that. She just, she was very big and was very popular. I think her character's a little weird just because she does kind of act like a kid and but she's supposed to be hot. She's supposed to be like sexy, but she just acts like a little kid and skips around and so whenever I see clips of her back in the day, I get very uncomfortable. But I'm gonna put her C. Alberto Del Rio, kind of similar. No, not similar. Yeah, but that era, he really had his time, and he was a top guy, and I remember him being very entertaining. I used to always, what was his announcer's name? But that was very entertaining. He was a great heel, and entertaining. I'd probably put him C also. Aleister Black, I really don't know much about. I'm not a big NXT guy. I wasn't really into it. I watch it a little bit now, but was never really too into it. I think he was pretty big then, but now he's kind of doesn't really have anything going on for him. I'm gonna put him. I mean, if he's not F, no, I'll put him D. Who's this? Andrade? What's his name? It's been a while since he's been around. I think he's in AEW. He was alright. Put him D with Aleister Black. Booker T. Ooh, Booker T is a legend. Very entertaining on the mic, and in the ring he could do some great things. And now obviously he's doing commentary for, he does NXT, I think, commentary. And I would put him, I think he's got to be A just because he's a legend. I'm fine with that. Maybe he should go B. I'll put him B because there's some guys like I would put Andre the Giant in an A. Because he's not in my S. I think he could be on people's Mount Rushmore, the best of all time. But for me, whatever. I mean, obviously it was before my time, way before my time. And he was a spectacle back then. Sorry. Oh God, what's this guy's name? Oh no. Okay, this is bad. I do know this guy, obviously. Oh no. This is, of course, Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is pretty good. He's done some great things. He feels like he fits in with these guys, though. He never really has been done much. I think he still could have some stuff in the future. I think he's still in WWE. Maybe he's NXT. Who's this? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Come on now. I don't remember what he did in WWE. Asuka. Ooh, Asuka's very good. But I never really had a personal connection with Asuka. she's good. She's probably AJ Styles level. Baron Corbin. Ooh, Baron Corbin is very good. He's always been pretty entertaining. Recently on NXT, he has a very interesting story going. But I put him C. Ooh, Batista. Now Batista is a great wrestler. Obviously he's one of the best to have that type of gimmick, the beast, the powerhouse kind of gimmick. I would put him A. His theme song is fire. His entrance is fire. His moves are great. His career, his championship reigns. He's great. He's awesome. Becky Lynch. I would put Becky in A, probably. If we're thinking about women's wrestling, or I should just say wrestling in general, Becky's done some great things. She's really been one of the best female superstars in the division for a while. Bianca Belair, I don't like too much. I haven't been watching. I only started watching after like WrestleMania this year, so about whatever, like 5 months or something. And I don't really know. I didn't watch her full title reign. I don't really understand her thing. Sorry. Who is this? Big Boss Man? No opinion. I couldn't recall a single thing Big Boss Man has done. Ooh, Big E is a good guy. Big E's a real good guy. Even when he was with Dolph, it was Big E Langston. I liked him back then. Obviously, he was super entertaining in the New Day. And he's great in the ring. He's really entertaining, but he's got that, he's got the big build. He's super strong. He might go A. You know what? I'll give it to you, Big E. Same with Big Show. No, is he Big Show level? Like, is he with these guys? Yeah, I'll put some respect on his name there. Yeah, he's good. Who is this? Mr. Ass. I had no opinion. Ooh, Boogeyman is an icon for his like time, that same era when I was like really young. He was scary, and seeing him eat worms was like terrifying. So he had a great gimmick. I don't really remember, like his other stuff. He was scary. He had a good gimmick. I'll put him C. Ooh, Bret Hart. Now Bret Hart could be an S. Honestly, great on the mic. Obviously, great in the ring. One of the best of his time. But I don't know if he's like okay, I'll put him S. Okay, I'll put him S. I don't know which, is this a Bella? A Bella twin? I did like the Bellas. I'll probably put him C. They were one of my favorites back in the day. But maybe they go. Nah, I'm fine with that. The Beast Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is... I never really liked Brock Lesnar, which is maybe that's just because he's been a heel, and he's a good heel. But I always am like, oh my god, Brock Lesnar. Like, he always seems like he doesn't really care. You know what? Now I'm realizing maybe he was just really good as a heel, and he's a really good character. But I always thought, like, oh, he doesn't care about the business. He doesn't, like... Wow. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's just a good heel. He goes A. What is this? Is this Bubba Ray? Dudley? No opinion. Well, I watched him when he returned. No opinion. Cesaro. Ooh, Cesaro. My best memory of Cesaro is I saw a live show, and it was Cesaro versus Ricochet, which is a really good match. And they just put on a really good match. Cesaro is super strong and just super entertaining. I'd probably put him B. Charlotte. Ooh, Charlotte's right up there with Becky. Like, she's been one of the best female superstars, and she's been defining for that division. And obviously she has the championships, which I guess, I don't know, because that's, planned. But she earned it, She's got the legacy. She's got a great character. And she's good in the ring. Jericho is also an A. Obviously, he's a legend. Great moveset. Great on the mic. Super entertaining guy. Even, like, through this era, like this picture here, like that 2016 type of stuff, his last run in WWE. Super entertaining, super funny. And now in AEW, he's still killing it. Christian, I never really cared much for. Obviously, he had a great thing with his tag team with Edge. Put him C. I don't really care for him. China, I don't know much about China. I mean, I know she was in DX and stuff, and she was like big, but I kind of heard she was like really bad in the ring. I'll do no opinion. Ooh, CM Punk, put him up there. Put him up there. CM Punk is great, super great on the mic. He was the best heel of his time, and his feud with John Cena was great. And he was just a great like when I was a kid, I just he was just cool. You know, he was super cool with all his tattoos and his attitude and stuff. Just sick. Ooh, Daniel Bryan. You know what? I don't know why they use this like young picture of him, but put him S. Put him S. Daniel Bryan is one of my favorites of all time. WrestleMania 30 is my favorite moment in wrestling history, and his character had me going crazy when I was young. The Yes movement was insane. He's just great. He's so good, so talented, and like the way he had the crowd back then was crazy. And he's known as like one of the best, technical wrestlers of all time. And I don't know how other people feel about his whole career, if it's like deserving of one of the best ever, but for me, he's one of my favorites ever. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. If I was a big AEW guy, he'd be higher, but he was always, I mean, maybe not always, but after the Shield broke up, he was always the worst Shield member, or at least like the least. Obviously, Seth and Roman have become two of the best in the world, and I mean, Moxley's one of the best in AEW, but for me, you go C. Who's this? DDP? No opinion. Just don't know much about him. I know he has the Diamond Cutter. That's about it. Don't know really what his character is. Ooh, Dirty Dom. Dom's one of the best heels right now. He's really entertaining, and the stuff they're doing with him now is really good. You know what? This is a good time to talk about what I want to happen with Dom. I think maybe after you have this story with the Judgment Day, and they have kind of story planned for him right now, but I think later in the future, especially if you want to turn Rhea face, I think you get Dom, and you have a story where he cheats on Rhea, maybe with some, you get some female superstar who needs a bit of a boost. Maybe I was thinking Maxine Dupree, when she's out of the Alpha Academy, she needs something to do. I think this would be a great story for her. So you get you slowly start learning that maybe he's getting with Dom, or maybe that he's getting with Maxine or someone else, and then Rhea starts finding out this big thing, and I think it gets Dom even more heat, makes the fans hate him, because I mean the fans like Rhea. I think people like Rhea, so they would get on her side, and then she could turn face, or she could still just be like badass, but then it leads to a feud with her and Maxine. Then it makes Dom a big heel. Maybe someone takes Rhea's side. You can have like a mixed tag match. But yeah, Dom's pretty good. I'd put him C for now because he's still young, developing, but he's doing great things, and I think he's going to have a good career. Doink the Clown, no opinion. Ziggler. Ooh, Ziggler could go. I think he fits in well here. Maybe even here. But I just think because he's kind of gotten the short end of the stick, hasn't really had too many big, he hasn't really elevated to the status of most of these guys in A. I think he's a good B, but man, is he good. He's really talented, and really, throughout all of his career, he's been really entertaining. And when I was young, I just thought he was so cool, and his theme song, "Here to show the world," he would flick his hair like that. He's good. He's real good. Trump, bro, really? You're fired. I'm going to put him in the fired tier just because. Okay, never mind. Drew McIntyre is good. I would put him, I think he fits well into C. He's recent, obviously, like, he had his thing with 3MB, which was whatever, but now he's, in the past 4 years or so, he's been very good. He had his championship run. He's going at it with Gunther on Saturday. Tomorrow. SummerSlam's tomorrow. and he's been very good, very entertaining, very strong, very muscular, has a great look for wrestling. I think all the belts look really good on him. Just, he has a good look. But he's very, he's good on the mic, very powerful, entertaining. Dusty Rhodes, I just don't know much about him. I feel like I want to put no opinion. I feel like I know most about him just from Cody Rhodes and like seeing the stuff. I put no opinion just because like, I don't really know. I'd probably put him like A or B just based on what I've heard, but like I don't really have an opinion much. Devon can go right with his boy. The Rock, come on. I think The Rock could go S. Yeah, The Rock is one of the best entertainers in WWE. He's electrifying. One of the best, promo deliverers there's ever been. His catchphrases are iconic. He's had some of the best feuds in WWE with Steve Austin, John Cena. Who else? Bret Hart. Didn't he feud with Bret Hart and had a really good... maybe I'm thinking of Steve Austin. But I would put The Rock S. Obviously, he's one of the best. Eddie Guerrero. I don't know much about Eddie. I mean, no, I know much. I know something about Eddie. I'd put him... I think you could go A. I think just based on how my opinion is, like, I think it'd be a little just, like, unfair to put him A, because I think that's just me being, like, biased based on what other people say. But, I mean, I think Eddie's very cool. He's very spectacular in the ring. He can do a lot of great things. And obviously he's one of the best heels ever, with his Latino heat. I would put Edge right in that same... I would put him A. Edge is very entertaining. Great wrestler. Great entertainer. Has had some great feuds. I'd put him there. Finn Balor could go A. But I think I'd put him... I think he's like... Yeah, I think he fits in well with like Ziggler, AJ Styles. I put him there. Very good. What can you say? He's been very good for years. I'm hoping... I think he should win the championship at SummerSlam, beat Seth. I think he deserves it. Oh, is this Gilbert? No opinion. The chicken, what's his name? No opinion. Goldberg. Now, Goldberg's entertaining, obviously. I mean, you hear all these things about how he's bad in the ring, but, he drew a lot of attention to the brand, to the company. He made people watch. He had his streak. He's very powerful. I don't think I can go A, but I'll put him B. Goldust is, he's pretty iconic. Obviously his look is very unique. It made him a very good, like, I was very drawn to him when I was younger. I had his action figures and stuff when he was teaming with Cody too. But I'd put him C. Hornswoggle can go D. He was very entertaining when I was young, but he can go D. Now, Hogan is an interesting one, because Hogan is someone that could just go S based on how much of a legend he is. You can't deny he's one of the greatest of all time. Just based on how much attention he got, how entertaining he was. He really changed the game. But I just don't like him. You watch some of his stuff and it's just he wasn't really that, like, it just hasn't aged well. His stuff, the way he talks and the way he wrestles really doesn't age well. But he's very over the top, very much of a character, which was big back then. People liked it back then, I guess, but it's just, yeah, I wouldn't put him S. I don't like him very much. Jake the Snake, I don't think I really have an opinion. I just don't know much about him. I know his character, he had the snake, whatever, but I don't think I can really say. Ooh, JBL. Now, JBL was very good in the ring and pretty entertaining. And on the mic, he's really good. I mean, on the, when he did commentary, he's one of the best commentators. I'd put him B. JBL's great. He really had a great voice for commentary. I'd put Jerry the King right up there too. Maybe not. Maybe C. I feel like he's not as good. I'd put him C. Jeff Hardy. Hardy goes A, honestly. Hardy is super unique. And was super entertaining. I would say one of the most entertaining wrestlers ever. And for his era, like that, when he was popular, he was really, like, his character was just really, like, it was cool. People liked him. And even later, he aged well. I think his character, like, it just remained cool. And when he returned, oh my God, I remember him returning was at the Royal Rumble or no, it was at WrestleMania, just like, I forget what it was exactly, but when him and Matt returned, it was like insane. And that's when I was really into wrestling. And I remember that just being crazy. Even though I didn't really watch them when I was younger, obviously I knew about them, but them returning was still crazy. This is Jimmy. Jimmy Uso. The Usos are one of the greatest tag teams ever. The Usos are one of the best. I think I gotta put in B though. I never really loved the Usos. I just acknowledge them. I just acknowledge how entertaining they are and how great they are and how many, they've won championships. They've been consistently one of the top tag teams for over a decade. So yeah. Ooh, now. Oh, what? JR. JR can go right up with JBL. His voice is iconic, obviously. One of the best voices in WWE. He's had some great moments. Cena, come on, bro, come on, put him up there, put him at the tippity top. Cena is the best, probably the greatest wrestler of all time, I'd say. In the ring, amazing. He can super strong. He could pull off some crazy spots. He could just consistently put out great matches. He had so many good feuds. Edge, The Rock, CM Punk, Orton, all the top guys he had great feuds with. He's great at putting people over. He's great at burying guys, but he does great work. And if you just, I have so much respect for John Cena just because of the work he put in. His work ethic in the business was amazing. Definitely yes. Easy yes. On the mic, obviously one of the best. Super entertaining, especially being a kid that grew up in his era. He's one of the best. John Morrison, I remember just thinking John Morrison was really cool. Obviously he's very attractive and he had that kind of gimmick where he was just a cool guy. His gear was cool. That's all I remember. I'll put him C. Kane is a legend. Kane's a legend. He's around for a very long time and had a great gimmick. I don't know if he goes A. I'll put him A. Kane's great. One of the most interesting gimmicks, and in the ring he was very powerful and fun to watch, and had some great stories and stuff. Towards the end of his career he got a little lame and just I don't know, it's weird to think how he went from such a terrifying mysterious figure back in the day to just kind of a silly thing, but that's kind of just how just how WWE got. Diesel's whatever, put him C. Don't know much, not a huge connection personally, but he's a legend. Kevin Owens, I put higher, put Kevin Owens B. Which more of these do we got? Damn, bro, I can't do this.